This episode of Blues Moments in Time includes historical discussion of racism and systemic injustice in the United States and may include the names and stories of people who are no longer with us. We approach these topics in a factual, educational context, but listener discretion is advised.
From the Blues Hotel Collective, welcome to Blues Moments in Time, where every groove holds a memory and every moment echoes the truth of what came before. Today, we rewind the reel, trace the footsteps, and revisit the chapters that shaped the blues. Here is our host, Kelvin Huggins.
Welcome to Blues Moments in Time, the show where every date opens a doorway into the deep history of the blues. I'm Kelvin Huggins, and today, March 12, takes us through labour struggles, hard truths, and unforgettable music that still echoes across generations. On this date, we find a story of black workers pushing the country toward fairness, a legendary singer facing the harsh weight of the justice system, and the birth of one of the great one-man band voices in American music. We also land in one of rock and blues' most electrifying live moments where the blues was not just preserved, it was transformed. So stay with me, because today's journey moves from the fight for dignity to the pain behind the performance to the music that turned struggle into sound. This is March 12 in blues history. As always, we begin with the cultural landscape. March 12 carries the story of black work, black survival, and black artistry moving through American life. In 1941, A. Philip Randolph's campaign for fair employment helped force the federal government to act, showing how labour activism and civil rights were already deeply connected. By 1958, Billie Holiday was again caught in the brutal machinery of surveillance and punishment. Her probation in Philadelphia is a reminder that for black performers, the price of public visibility could include legal pressure, moral judgment, and a constant struggle to keep singing. Now we turn to the political climate. March 12 is tied to a turning point in black labour history, when the threatened March on Washington helped push the Roosevelt administration toward Executive Order 8802 and the Fair Employment Practice Committee. That moment mattered far beyond politics. It helped define the terms of modern civil rights activism, and it gave voice to the idea that economic justice and racial justice cannot be separated. Of course, no discussion of blues history would be complete without exploring the music itself. On March 12, 1896, Jesse Fuller was born, and he would go on to become one of the great one-man band artists in American roots music. Fuller's music had a homemade brilliance. He built rhythm under the melody, turning guitar, foot percussion, and vocal phrasing into a complete travelling band sound, and San Francisco Bay Blues remains the tune most listeners know and love. We then jump to March 12, 1971, when the Allman Brothers Band began the Fillmore East performances that became At Fillmore East. Their version of Statesboro Blues opened the set with slide guitar fire, turning Blind Willie McTell's song into a modern blues rock anthem while still honouring the original Delta-rooted spirit. Now, the deep cut worth remembering is how much of that album's power comes from the band's restraint. They didn't just play loud, they listened. They stretched and built long forms out of blues vocabulary, which helped carry blues feeling into a new era. This date also marks the birth of Jesse Fuller, born in 1896 in Jonesboro, Georgia, whose plain-spoken style and self-made performance approach gave blues and folk music a uniquely human, communal feel. Fuller's legacy is in the way he made limited means sound expansive. He showed that blues did not need a big band to feel complete, just rhythm, story, and a voice that carries lived experience. For March 12, no major blues passing stood out in the sources that we reviewed, But the date does remind us how many musical lives were shaped by the pressures around them, including Billie Holiday's ongoing struggle with the legal system. So, March 12 ties together labour struggle, racial pressure and musical invention, from Randolph's campaign for fair employment to Holiday's ordeal and Fuller's birth. The day reflects how blues history is never just about songs. It's about the lives and conditions that shaped the songs. And that's all for today's episode of Blues Moments in Time. I'm Kelvin Huggins. Join us next time as we continue to explore the remarkable history of the blues.